Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. Yesterday was a big day, very first test of the Federal Broadcast Emergency System
Did that really work?
to
Because
your cell phones.
I didn't get it.
You didn't?
Did you get it? No, because I mean,
yeah.
I get the Amber Alert ones. I know
It was
my phone gets them.
2:11 in the afternoon. Phone went off.
Why didn't I get it?
Because you're not one of the chosen ones. This is,
Really?
yeah.
So essentially, I'm like John Cusack in the movie 2012.
You're not going on the
I'm not on the Ark.
We got a cave up in Park City, and there's food for there for 20 years, and we're going to repopulate the earth. Well, someone is, not me, because vasectomy pretty much ruled me out, but they don't know that. That's why I'm still in the cave.
Really?
I don't know.
I'm not going to be there. Doesn't that give you any pause for?
Like, I can't even tell you how many minutes.
You'll be inconsolable for a full 10 minutes until you spot the first 19-year-old flight attendant and fall in love, right?
Right. It's
Or
a
young
girl.
guy.
It's a girl, right?
Hey, it's the end of the world. You pick and choose. I don't care if I'm not there.
Health questions. This is so funny. I love this. This is when they put together the Google most requested, like WebMD, right?
Well, think
We've
about
all
it.
diagnosed.
If you have something vaguely vile, you don't want to call your sister and go, hey, you know what this means? It's like there's some things you can't unhear. So, yeah, of course, if it's something uncomfortable or creepy, you're going to Google it first.
So basically, they've put together the big deals, and there is something about a couple of states that bother me. This is South Carolina, Wisconsin. They're really concerned about the color of the stuff comes out of your body.
Really? The color was an issue?
Yeah.
Most Googled.
Light colored in Wisconsin.
Okay, that's...
might be the cheese. South Carolina, dark green. What? First of all, I just said...
Okay, we could move on.
I would never... I'm sorry I said those words together.
Okay, let's keep moving.
All right, California. Sweaty palms.
California, really? That's your biggest problem? Your sweaty palms are your biggest medical issue?
Signs of low testosterone, by the way. Nebraska, pregnancy cravings.
Understandable.
Tennessee, uncircumcised. Okay.
Uncircumcised problems. You know, that's interesting because I did when we had the twins, and I said, Todd, I'm going to leave the circumcision issue up to you because you're the guy, and I feel like it should be your choice.
I'm feeling uncomfortable right now.
Some of our neighbors were talking about, and some of the moms were talking about some of the things that had happened.
I'm feeling like my boundaries are being
Todd came home from
against.
the neighborhood dinner, and he went, "We're definitely getting the twins circumcised."
And I'm uncomfortable.
So yeah, I can see that would be one of those googly things. Sure, go on.
Let's take you to another place, shall we? A happier place. Pregnancy cravings, like I said, Tennessee. Nebraska.
You mentioned this already, didn't you?
Hair loss, fatigue, all these different stress. The most Googled thing,
Really?
Yeah, was stress.
You know, it's interesting. I had one therapist tell me once that stress was actually just another form of energy. And if we could learn to control the energy and transform it into something positive, then it would take away all of the associated physical symptoms. Of course, she was really good at stuff and I wasn't, so I still have the stress.
Where does Utah sit?
Now, what's our googly thing?
Well, to the north, Idaho, it's E. coli because they had an outbreak.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But down here, it's morning sickness. Of course it is.
Hello. We're the most babied state in the nation. No surprise there.
You can't swing a cat without hitting a pregnant woman here.
You know what I'm a little disappointed in those is that I like to think, we even call ourselves, we are a peculiar people. I kind of felt like
I know, right?
ours would be weirder.
Right.
Like
ingrown toenails.
Yeah, like we would have like the awesome freaky symptoms that nobody else had. Now I feel like I feel a little bland, you guys.
Spotted fever tick bite.
I feel like I'm a little disappointed in all of us.
Let's try harder, shall we?
I know, come on, something exotic, something troubling.
We took the kids with us and we went down to Evermore, and I know you probably haven't heard of it.
And if you have, a lot of people, for instance, saw the big setup at Fan X, and some people were thinking, is this a new TV series or maybe an independent film? Evermore is actually an amusement park, and it's not an amusement park, it's a theme park because there's no rides, but there's an unbelievable village and castle and clock tower and scary churches, and there's like...
Characters everywhere, like wood nymphs and sprites.
And whatever the hell that thing was in the catacombs under the church.
And the goat guy with the staff.
The satyr,
And then who are the snotty elves?
They have the elves. You know the snotty fairies and the elves that are like,
didn't
we're so
know
much
this.
prettier than you are, and we have the ears.
I thought they were just being
all
rude.
know those ones, right? Because they're like, oh, we're the best looking ones. You see them in Lord of the Rings and like a lot of the other. They're like, oh, we're prettier because we're
I
those.
just thought they were being mean.
Wait till you. So anyway, we have a video to show you a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit
check
of
it.
it. It's so much fun.
Check it out.
Now, if you haven't heard about Evermore, this is going to be a Harry Potter-esque sort of live-action adventure park where you're immersed into another era of things.
A close secret between you and me. I do have an arrangement with the dragon trainer. That's very interesting.
And together we are the masters of dueling, experts in frivolity, stupidity, and sword work.
There you go.
Nice. So let me ask you, what is the room for female outlaws in this era? Do you have to be tougher and meaner than all the guys?
I'm not an outlaw.
I'm afraid of me. You look so much more fun. I figured that you were on the bad side or the good side.
She thinks you're a baddie. How's that?
She
thinks you're a baddie.
I'm a baddie.
Only in the cutest way.
Cute.
He would take pictures of us without asking for permission.
I'm not catching your souls, I promise.
We know they don't catch souls. There was a liar world walker told me.
I'm gonna get going.
So what do you do with your pumpkins after they're grown to such immense sizes?
Well, most of them I bring here into town. They're part of the pumpkin festival. They help us keep out the darkness.
Now, I do have to ask, do you have a special spell for your pumpkins? Do you use any earth
Oh,
magic
no.
to make them so big?
I don't have any magic myself. However, and this is a close secret between you and me, I do have an arrangement with the dragon trainer.
Constable of Lincoln Logeley. And to my right, Rob Roy's stunt double, the man who put the word kill in kilt, Robert Chantreux.
Dragon dung makes very good compost.
Oh, I can only imagine. You must have a very strong constitution using dragon dung, though.
They don't smell very good, but they're worth the effort.
She has that.
Oh,
How are you, ladies?
We're doing well, thank you.
Are you comfortable with all these newcomers into your area? Because usually
Yes, it's very exciting. We love newcomers. Very much.
you're very much more open-minded than most earth spirits. You are so pretty.
Oh, that's very interesting.
The Todd and Erin Daily Stream is brought to you by PC Laptops with desktops and laptops starting as low as $7.99 with a lifetime parts and service warranty. They fix phones too. Go to PCLaptops.com. And by Brio Technologies. They rent, sell, and install audiovisual components including professional sound, lighting, video and intercom systems, components, projectors, interactive whiteboards, and classroom audio systems. Just go to brioaudiovisual.com. We still didn't say welcome to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream on that last thing, did we?
Welcome to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream.
In case for that whole first 15 minutes you're going, who are those people and why are they talking about poop? That would be us. We're sorry. Yeah.
So when I think of vacations, I think of the group of us on a beach in Cape Cod. I think of us running around the water and kicking up and finding creatures.
And our friend Elise, who's a doctor with brilliant girls, holding up the horseshoe crab and telling the girls that it's like prehistoric. And
there's like 5 of us. There's something called over-tourism. And if you've ever seen the old 1940 photos of Coney Island during the hot summer, and there's just people shoulder to shoulder in the water.
it's so refreshing. Well, it was like that. That's the first time I ever heard the term was down at Zion National Park when they finally had to put in the bus system because there was nowhere to park anymore, and every path was so like wildly overused. And what did you call it? It's loved
to death.
Oh wow!
And they don't. You wear paths down. You know, when I think about Machu Picchu, and I think I'd like to go there someday, but I would
climb
like
those impossibly high steps.
I would like to see the stairs in front of me empty, and I would like to picture the ancients as they in their sandals as they went up, not the butt crack of some guy from Wisconsin. I'd rather see the way the stones are worn by the not by tourists, but by the ancients who lived there at one point. And what they're finding is in Rome, people are trashing the fountains by taking
They're
selfies.
bathing and they're taking, yeah.
And slopping around. And in Venice, they don't like people because they're wearing down the cobblestones where they're dragging luggage.
Well, even random places like Norway and Iceland, which Norway's exquisitely beautiful. I've always known this, but like Iceland, that people are going there for the Aurora Borealis now, and for like the incredible hot springs and all the amazing things they have there.
Now, there's some movies that have been filmed there, and people go, "Oh, I've fallen in love with that." That's one of the not problems, but that's one of the contributing factors, along with
Where the crazy tourism begins.
Yeah, the Travel Channel is giving people the bug.
Anthony Bourdain's show is always amazing.
Facebook. Everything else, all the social medias, take pictures.
Oh, so you're seeing all those selfies from your friends and you're
Say,
like, I have to be there.
Instagram, I have to go there. Yeah, I have to be there. And they come back and they go, the moss was so cold and the air was so crisp. And you're like, oh, I have to go. And everyone does.
And you're standing there shoulder to shoulder with everybody else going, we
It's
okay.
the worst thing. It's like being on a ski slope, right? And there's no room to ski. It's just the most horrendous thing. But one of the biggest things, and I didn't even think about this, is Airbnb. Not just that.
What do you mean
company.
exactly?
Not just that company.
But yeah, but the vacation sharing sites and stuff, yeah.
Because people in these cities, in Rome and Madrid and Norway and stuff like that, instead of renting to locals, they're holding back their apartments and renting them out for a weekend here, weekend there, and making 4 times the money. And so now the locals...
Oh, man. So they're making more money, but there's nowhere for the locals to live.
It's driving up the price, and they have nowhere to live. And so it's really... And plus the fact that some of the locals just go, the streets are too friggin' busy. It's not... This is not where I was living before, 10 years ago. This is not what I came here for.
Wow.
I was born here, and over tourism.
And what they're doing, though, is they're at the point now where they're like indefinitely shutting things down, right? You were telling me about that place. Now, this is where Leonardo DiCaprio filmed The Beach, right?
The Beach. It was 2000, and it's
a relatively fragile habitat.
Maya, and it's off of
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Yeah, okay.
And remember that inside cove in the lagoon, and you're like, except for the brothers when he got bit by the shark.
Yeah,
and
that was bad.
And then let him sit in the tent all by himself. Heard the screams. They turned up the music. That guy. They've closed it indefinitely. They closed it. It was trashed. They said, you know what? We're going to close this off, and we're just going to let nature clean it up, and we'll let nature do its thing. And it's indefinitely closed to tourism.
And that's what we're looking at now. That's insane. Then when they're going to start like regimenting things down. Wow.
I know. And speaking of selfies,
But this might cut out some of the tourists, though, and I would like you to look upon the upside of this.
how so?
Well, they had a huge medical convention in Geneva in Switzerland recently, and they had like a worldwide gathering of emergency doctors, emergency operation, and they were all kind
Who's
of
taking care of the rest of the people in the world?
they were kind of comparing notes and saying, what are some of the prevalent themes you're seeing? And everyone uniformly said selfie fatalities. Injuries as well, too. I mean, a vast majority of them. But more than almost 260 people have died taking selfies in the last 6 years. Those are just the ones we know of. 260. Now, this is painful because this is what they've suggested. Number one
is
drowning is the most top number one reason for death caused by a selfie.
Is that like dropping off a cliff or something?
Or like a waterfall, I'm guessing.
And then plus the camera's ruined, so you'll never see it.
After all that effort. Number two, transportation issues. You with your cell phone and a running train is coming behind you.
And your depth perception is this far off.
Yeah, that was number two. Here in the United States, I'm so irritated with this right now.
What?
No. The vast majority of selfie-related deaths, like 90%, involve handguns. Yo, I'm going to bust it. Yeah, thank you, kitten. You sure did. And you bust it right here. That's great.
Is she awesome?
Now, I want to be clear. I have nothing against gun ownership. What I have against is someone thinking that taking a selfie with a firearm would be a wise choice.
And busting a cap off in your... Is that what you were about to say?
I was about to say it. I do love that phrase, though.
Such a mobster.
I know, but I love that phrase.
Just a banger.
Well, here's something interesting what they're suggesting, though. They're saying that they should pick these places.
Okay.
Well, but what they're saying is there should be no selfie zones in some of the most touristed areas where they're seeing a lot of these problems.
How are you going to stop that?
I guess there's no way to really stop a guy who wants to take a selfie with a charging elephant.
You can't stop
safari.
a guy from peeing in public, much less taking his own selfie. I mean, it's just not going to happen. You know how conditioned we are? how conditioned we are as selfies, is someone will walk up to you and go, hey, let's take a picture. Nothing else will be said. And everyone in the group does this. Without even...
And looking up.
Because
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, you got that
So
going
you have
for
to
you.
take it from above.
Yeah,
Always.
and everyone just knows. It's like suddenly snap into position.
All right, coming up next, we have got a medical breakthrough that
Oh.
sometimes the cure is almost worse than the problem.
Comes from the wild and into our hospitals.
We'll tell you about it next.
The Todd and Erin Daily Stream is brought to you by PC Laptops, with desktops and laptops starting as low as $7.99 with a lifetime parts and service warranty. They fix phones too. Go to PCLaptops.com. And by Brio Technologies. They rent, sell, and install audiovisual components, including professional sound, lighting, video, and intercom systems, components, projectors, interactive whiteboards, and classroom audio systems. Just go to BrioAudiovisual.com.
Thank you, sponsors. We appreciate you.
You're back to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. So nice to see you.
There are some problems going on. Staphylococcus.
Staphylococcus aureus bacteria.
Happens in human beings, and it's become antibiotic.
Antibiotic resistant.
Yes.
Those are the scariest ones in the world.
So then
oh
when they're
man.
piping people full of antibiotics, and they can't get antibiotics.
Antibiotics, and they can't control the strain.
And they
oh
can't,
man.
they can't get a hold of it. So, you start looking for stuff to help you out, and they found this group in Siberia, northern China as well, and they had these brown bears, and they were tranking them, and then they go in to all the orifices and they gather stuff. Well,
I'm so sorry, Bear.
One of the people wake up and go, what the heck? They got saliva put in a tube, brought it back, and they noticed that there was something like swimming around in there, and it was giving off this antibiotic. And they found out that that was the thing that has been having an effect on this bacteria that has not been able to be killed.
That is so cool.
So the randomness.
So they've actually found something.
The randomness of this is unbelievable. There's a supplement on the market right now, and they say it helps your memory, right? And they go, actually found in jellyfish. It's like, how would you? It's like Preparation H. If you look, it's got shark's liver oil.
I did not know that.
How many things do you have to sit on? I mean, really? So that's shark. That's an S. Let's start at A. So you have to sit on an aardvark, and then you sit. Work your way up, and then there's a cockatiel. You're sitting on a cockatiel at some point, and then it's donkey, and then it just keeps going, doesn't it, till you get to S. So how did they this is how they found out.
These delightfully random occurrences. That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Often on the track to something else, but yeah.
In my case study, because I'm so scientific, I would take a person who had an infection that was resistant to antibiotics, and I'd take them to the zoo, and I'd throw them in 4 cages. I got tiger, lion, crocodile, bear, and see which one he survived.
And got cured before he was eaten?
Yes. Oh. That's basically what I would do because, well, I'm no scientist. But that would be funnier than... Anyway.
You're a very bad person.
Tell me something good.
Okay, tell me something good. This actually comes from our page, Tell Me Something Good on Facebook. And if you haven't been there, it is that one blissful place that everything will always be good. Every story is inspiring and uplifting and happy. And because we have a $100 gift card giveaway, we just ask you to like the page and maybe say something good about what's happening in your life. And the stories have been freaking amazing. I'm so humbled by your courage and your strength and the stuff that you've been doing.
And may I say it's being brought to you by PC Laptops. PC Laptops, if you're looking for a laptop, computer, or a desktop, $7.99 lifetime warranty and parts and labor.
They fix phones too. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Tell me something good.
I think any parent of a child with special needs or special health issues, you do everything you can to be like, my kid's going to have every opportunity. He's not just going to be shut up here at home. He's going to do things. He's going to get out there. He's going to have a life.
Right.
And so there's this awesome little first grader. And Brayton was so thrilled. He was finally getting into school.
What year?
Now,
what grade are we talking?
First grade.
First grade.
And now here's the thing. He has ectodermal dysplasia. The problem with that is that it means that he was born with a sweat glands. So any temperature over 75 can give him a profoundly painful, brutal reaction.
If he exercises,
yeah,
he is in trouble. He is in trouble. And this isn't this is down
Yeah, this is down in Utah County.
Okay, so-
and so Officer Sullivan is the police officer who's the resource officer for that school.
Right.
And he makes his rounds, and this little dude, you know how hot it's been over this last month since
the
school's
last
been. I mean,
whole summer.
yeah, and so he saw this one little guy kind of sitting by himself, and he was trying to do a couple of
Can't go outside.
things, and he's like, "Little man, what you doing in here?" And he said, "I can't go outside," and was talking to the officer about it, and he goes, and he says, "See, the thing is, though, I was so excited to come to school because I would make friends." He goes, "It's hard to make friends when you're at home alone by yourself." And he says, "I was going to do it, man, and I'm going to make friends." And
Right.
if you're in recess, that's when the
That he
kids
has
start
to
tearing around in packs. And
He has to stay
they're little savage
inside.
pack animals,
Right.
yeah. So Officer Sullivan said, "You are going to make friends. It takes a while to get to know everybody in school, but
Sure.
you're going to do this." He says, "Until then, however, I will be spending recess with you, and I am your best friend."
Inside, cool.
And Officer Sullivan has done this. I mean, first graders get like 3 recesses a day, don't they? And he has gone in there every
sure.
single recess, and they've made silly videos on their cell phones, and they've swapped stories, and they've
Mm-hmm.
written stuff and drawn pictures. But he has done this every day for this little kid to make sure that he could know that he made his first friend
But
at
you
school.
said also that the other kids kind of started hanging out with him too.
Because it's cool. You know,
his friends-
Officer Sullivan is your
He's got
best
a
buddy.
gun. Yeah, how cool is that?
But I just thought that was the most amazing
That is a
story
cool
because of
story.
all the things that you're required to do and that you would sit down and pay attention to one 6-year-old. I just love that.
All right. So if you like Tell Me Something Good stories and you want to tear up a little bit, just go to Tell Me Something Good on Facebook, and we run that as well. And if you want to go to Erin's 18th annual Erin's Night Out,
We've really been doing it that long.
you think we'd learn.
You think you'd learn?
So you want tickets? You want tickets?
All right. As a matter of fact, I have an open invitation just for now. This is invitation only, but because you're watching, go to eventbrite.com. That's event spelled normally. Bright is BRITE.com. Just look for 18th annual Erin's Night Out, and you'll get 4 tickets so you can bring girlfriends. It is
So wait a
on
minute.
Saturday,
So wait.
October 20th.
So you click it and you get 4 tickets. You don't have to click it 4
Yeah,
times.
just once is all you
Okay,
need.
and then we'll see you there that night. And I've never.
I am not raising bail money again this year.
I have.
You know who you are.
I have never been hugged this many times. It's like all year. This is all I need.
April from Nothing But Cakes is going to be there, and Christopher's Prime Steakhouse is sending their catering division with some stuff.
Get some
and
massages, get
we've
some
got
nails.
amazing stories
Yeah.
from like female entrepreneurs. And it's going to be a great
All right,
time.
so we'll tell you more. If you want more information, go to the website. And thanks for watching the Todd and Erin Daily Stream.
Please like and share. We love you.